Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one we're going to be protecting the underbody of the Supra. So as it's 30 years old, naturally the underside, it's been through a lot of elements, etc. As you're going through winter, especially on the UK roads, there's a lot of salt and basically just crap that can get stuck to the underside and give rust and corrosion problems. So what we're going to be doing, this is just a preemptive step. Fortunately my Supra's not that bad underneath, but this is just a preemptive step. The main appeal is it's DIY, so you can just grab this kit off their website. This is the injector kit, so it comes with the extra injector attachment here, which basically this lets you inject the solution, which is that bottle over there, into every nook and cranny to make sure that you're all good. And then you've got this pro bottle as well here, so rather than be tethered like you would be in the regular kit, you can basically just fill the solution in there and go crack on underneath and spraying it. It's supposed to be really easy to apply. You also have the grease tub over there, so you're supposed to put that over the nuts and the bolts and any seams, again just to help protect the longevity of your car. So like I said, it's supposed to be really easy to apply. It's supposed to take around 20 to 30 minutes. I've already done the hard part, so the car's up in the air as you can see. So basically I'm going to try to see how much clearance I've got underneath there. I'll show you guys a little bit about it, and we'll crack on and show you how to use this. Right guys, so here I am underneath the car, and as you can see, like I was saying, it's actually not that bad. So this is near the jacking seals, etc. You can already see the car has at some point had some form of underseal on there. Maybe that's the factory one, I don't know, but I'll just show you underneath. It's genuinely not that bad at all under here, which is fortunate because some of these Supras, as they're getting older, are starting to run into a lot of problems. So as you can see, the actual angle that I've got to film is going to be really tight, but I'll try to show you as best that I can what we're going to be doing. So basically this is safe enough, according to their documentation, to use anywhere on the car. Just avoid the brake discs, and you apparently don't have to even mask. So it should be really easy to do. Essentially you're just going to where's my hand gone? Essentially you're just going to spray away all the way down here. I'll probably be able to get halfway down up to this side, and then I'll flip around to the other side and get the other half. We'll go front to back. I've also got a diffuser, but I'm going to be going for everything up here. You can see the diff, etc. I'll cover that as well. Just spray that just to keep it a little bit more pristine. And then all of the suspension arms, etc., you can see they're absolutely fine. They've just got a bit of surface rust on them, but we'll just coat them, and we'll coat the nuts and the bolts with the grease that's been supplied. Cool. So one of the things they said is if this is really hard to apply, so I'm just going to put a bit of pressure here. It would have been nice, this is my own brush, but it would have been nice to have a bit of a brush included in the kit. But you can see if you put enough force in it, the grease does come off, so that's plenty there. If you are having troubles and it's literally too cold outside, you can just heat this up in a bucket of water, etc., to make it a little bit easier. So what we're going to do, the suspension bolts that I just showed you in the last clip, let's go and basically apply this grease on there. The first step you want to do is grease up as much as you can all the way around the car, and then we'll go in and we'll just spray everything. You can see I've got it on the brush already. We'll just put some on over the bolts there, and just be liberal with it. So it's just almost anti-seize and prevention of the rust. So what you want to do is apply this beforehand, just like so, and then basically do this all the way around the rest of the car. So wherever you see any bolts, any particular seams, etc., where you think you might have issues, you can use the grease. The grease is also safe to use around rubbers, so like you can use it over here as well. So once you've got everything greased, what you want to try and do is remove as much of this surface rust as possible, just to clean things up. You can do this using a wire brush, and basically all you're going to do is get up there and basically take this back down. So don't worry about it, because the Lanoguard does apply over rust anyway. In fact, it'll get behind the rust and protect it. But just to make sure that you get a clear adhesion, just take off any of the loose aspects. So literally once you've done this around the car as well, you're good to go. You're ready for the spray, which is the next bit that we're going to show you. Right guys, so the car's been prepped. You can see there's a brush, there's a wire brush. I've taken off as much stuff as I can and given it a quick nut and bolt grease all the way around using the motor grease there. Like I said, you do need your own brushes. The kit doesn't come without your own brushes, your own gloves and wire brush as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tip the motor spray into the Pro bottle and then use that because it means that I'm untethered and I can go around and get around a lot easier. So you take your bottle, get back underneath the car, and then basically you just want to start coating everything. So you can see it's all quite a lot of drip coming down, but that's fine because eventually what happens is you'll see there's a coat that's bonding to the rest of the car. So what I'm going to do is at the end I'll hose pipe this down and wash this down. So hey guys, just cutting across. So in that last clip you would have seen me using the spray bottle and a lot of fluid pooling underneath and falling on the floor. So I made a big mistake, which was this cap, when it was clean, I'd assumed was just a cap to basically protect any dirt getting into the nozzle or during packaging and storage. But do not make the mistake I made and actually remove this, because I'll show you what happens, right? Without the cap, this is your spray pattern. So you can see it's very dribbly and the fluid's pretty much full. But with the cap back on, but this is actually what makes the spray. So do not make the same mistake I made. This is part of the reasons we do these videos, right? So I tend not to edit them so you can see exactly how I've got on. But now if I do a little bit of spray, you can see there's a lot more spray, like a lot easier to cover. So what I'm going to do is get back underneath, carry on the same action just like I showed you, but this time there will be no dribble involved. So we'll catch up with you once the whole car's done. Right guys, as you can see the car's back down on the ground. So it took about half hour or so once I got the correct spray nozzle on. I was going a bit out of my mind, but like I said, it was a problem with me and the application method rather than the product itself. So if you are watching this, do not take this off. Use it because it's the actual spray nozzle. Probably a stupid move on my part. This is supposed to take 24 hours to be touch dry and then a further 7 days or so to cure. I did also use a brush to help where it pulled, just to help spread things a lot more evenly. And here I'll throw in a clip of what it looked like from underneath just before I jacked it down. Overall it's done a pretty good job. So you can see here nice and evenly the control arms are coated. This was a lot easier doing it with the brush. So right now it's an oily substance, but once it dries out it will basically be like a semi-gloss finish, semi-matte finish, sorry, and that will basically be how it stays for the 12 months or so. That's how long it's supposed to stay before you have to top it up. So if you are interested in how this looks in the interim, leave a comment down below and then maybe we can get something filmed at the 6 months and the 12 months mark to show you exactly how it's holding up. But that's pretty much it for now guys. Please don't make the same boo-boo that I did. Make sure you leave this on. It is not just a placeholder cap. And yeah, that'll help a lot more in terms of when you're spraying it. But there is a alternative method to brush this on, and it actually does suggest that you can use that on the back of the bottle as well. So I'll throw in a clip here just to show you how to do that and we'll round out the video. But until then, thank you very much for watching. So the easiest way to do this that I found is basically just spray it onto the brush like this. This is the neatest way for me. So once you've got that much on, just get under the car and start brushing.